Imagine having an irresistible quality that others can't quite define, an allure that subtly yet powerfully draws people toward you. What if you could harness this influence, not through manipulation but through authenticity, to captivate, persuade, and build deep, meaningful connections with almost anyone? In a world where everyone's vying for attention, this type of quiet power is a game changer. Robert Greene calls this the art of seduction. But here's the surprising part: it's not just about romance. It's about creating magnetic influence in all parts of life, from relationships to professional growth to everyday interactions. Today, we're diving into Greene's book to unlock timeless principles of influence that anyone can use. And before we jump in, if you're here to build confidence, improve your relationships, and gain valuable insights on self-mastery, hit the subscribe button. This channel is all about exploring ways to elevate your life. With that, let's dive into the art of seduction. When most people think of seduction, they picture romance or even manipulation. But Greene redefines it as the ability to influence and captivate without forcing or pushing an agenda. Think of it as a powerful tool for quietly shifting attention and creating interest. It's no wonder this concept has applications far beyond romance. Imagine having this skill in a business negotiation, where your quiet influence makes your ideas more compelling. Or in social situations, where people are drawn to your presence because of a captivating energy that you're barely aware of. In our hyper-connected world, filled with social media posts, constant networking, and intense competition, having this edge can make all the difference. Greene's approach helps us stand out not by competing loudly, but by creating intrigue. And unlike aggressive tactics that can alienate others, this quiet power invites people in. And, as we'll see, Greene's principles help us understand the psychology behind attraction, why people are drawn to some and not others, and how we can use these tools to build stronger, more authentic relationships. Let's look at one of the most famous figures in history, Cleopatra. She was no ordinary queen. Her influence over two of Rome's most powerful men, Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, remains legendary. Cleopatra didn't captivate with just beauty. She embodied a fascinating presence that blended mystery, intelligence, and allure. Rather than chasing Caesar or Antony, she let them approach her, carefully constructing a world around herself that made her irresistible. Cleopatra's power lay in subtly allowing her targets to feel they were the pursuers, when in reality, she was the one setting the pace. Greene illustrates that this dance of giving just enough and then withholding is at the core of the seduction process. So, what are the main principles Greene suggests we adopt if we want to harness this quiet power? The Art of Seduction offers a framework, breaking down the essence of captivating influence into powerful, timeless steps that anyone can apply to enhance their social and personal impact. Let's explore these core principles and how they apply not only to romance but also to career, friendships, and everyday life. 1. Embrace subtlety and indirect influence. Greene's first principle stresses that seduction is never about force or pushing desires directly. Instead, it's about creating an inviting pull that lets people feel they're naturally drawn to you. In practical terms, this could mean allowing space for others to express their ideas or thoughts, creating intrigue without directly saying, "Here's why you should listen to me." For instance, imagine you're pitching a project at work. Instead of listing reasons why it's beneficial, you might instead ask a question that gets people thinking or reveal just enough to intrigue them. The goal is to create a space where others feel they're leaning into your ideas willingly. This week, practice indirect influence by holding back from giving your full perspective right away. Instead, ask questions that allow others to express their views, letting them feel engaged in the conversation rather than being lectured. 2. The power of mystery, keeping intrigue alive. One of Greene's most interesting insights is the power of mystery. Think about it, aren't we all drawn to things we can't immediately understand? By leaving parts of ourselves or our ideas hidden, we create a natural curiosity that pulls people toward us. This doesn't mean being secretive, it's about selectively revealing information. Greene suggests that when we allow others to know just enough, we create a curiosity gap, which fuels intrigue. Many brands use this principle to create excitement around product launches. Take Apple, for example. Every new product release is surrounded by mystery and speculation, drawing people in even before they know what's coming. In personal relationships, the same principle applies. Imagine sharing a surprising hobby or interest just when people think they know you. It keeps them intrigued and reminds them there's more to discover. When was the last time someone intrigued you by withholding just a bit of information? How did that make you feel? Think about how you might create a similar effect in your own life, leaving room for people to stay curious. 3. Mirroring desires, becoming what others need. Another key principle Greene explores is the concept of mirroring. Rather than trying to impress others with our qualities, Greene suggests that we focus on what the other person truly values and subtly reflect those values back to them. This approach fosters a deep, authentic connection because people are naturally drawn to those who reflect their own desires and dreams. For example, let's say someone values adventure and spontaneity. If you can show that you're open to trying new things or even suggest an exciting experience, you align with that value without forcing it. Mirroring isn't about pretending to be something you're not, it's about amplifying those parts of yourself that naturally align with the other person's desires. We often think we need to impress others with our achievements, but Greene's approach teaches us that making people feel seen and understood is far more powerful. 4. Evoke emotions through vulnerability. Seduction goes beyond charm and intrigue, it thrives on emotional depth. Greene argues that by evoking deep feelings, you can build lasting influence. Opening up about insecurities or personal stories creates an emotional resonance that goes beyond small talk. Vulnerability can be powerful, but it's essential to balance it. Rather than sharing everything, selective vulnerability allows others to see your humanity, making the connection feel genuine. Next time you're in a conversation, share a small vulnerability, something as simple as a challenge you're facing. This doesn't have to be intense but should be genuine enough to make others feel closer to you. 5. Mastering timing, the art of patience. Greene's concept of timing emphasizes that seduction is a gradual, deliberate process. Rushing can create fleeting attraction, but by being patient, you create something deeper and more genuine. Think about it like a great novel or film. The suspense and gradual build-up make the story captivating. The same is true in relationships or in achieving professional goals. By letting things unfold naturally, you build an enduring connection. This also applies to letting others process ideas in their own time, creating space for them to become naturally invested. Try pacing your interactions this week. If you're used to responding instantly to texts or emails, practice waiting and notice how it changes the dynamic. Giving a little bit of space can create anticipation, making others feel more eager to connect. Greene introduces seductive archetypes, each embodying a different style of allure. Knowing your archetype can help you understand your natural strengths in creating captivating influence. Let's look at 3 popular archetypes Greene describes. The Siren, this archetype captivates through a magnetic presence and heightened femininity, creating an alluring and fantasy-like experience. Think of classic figures like Marilyn Monroe, whose allure was more than just beauty, it was an energy that drew people in. The Rake is passionate and bold, drawing others in with intensity and desire. The Rake's strength lies in making others feel they are the sole focus of his attention, creating a powerful, all-consuming attraction. The Charmer, unlike the Siren or Rake, the Charmer wins people over by making them feel comfortable, understood, and valued. This archetype shines in social settings, effortlessly connecting with others by focusing on them rather than on themselves. Which archetype do you resonate with most? Or is there someone in your life who embodies one of these styles? Reflect on how understanding these archetypes might change how you connect with others. Greene warns that even if you adopt seductive techniques, certain behaviors can destroy your appeal. These are what he calls anti-seductive traits, and they include impatience, excessive vanity, and constant self-centered conversation. A key element of seduction is being other-centered, making others feel valued. In contrast, these traits are self-centered and often turn people away. The next time you're in a social setting, focus on active listening. Avoid the urge to steer the conversation back to yourself. Instead, ask meaningful questions and observe how others react. Greene's concept of understanding your target is fundamental. He explains that everyone has specific desires, fears, and dreams, and being attuned to these needs allows you to build deeper connections. This isn't about manipulation, it's about knowing people well enough to offer what they're genuinely looking for. Observe someone close to you and take note of what they seem to value or need in life. How could you bring something that aligns with those values into your relationship? Here's a final takeaway that Greene emphasizes in his book. True seduction isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about amplifying those qualities that are naturally yours while keeping just enough mystery. Authenticity paired with a hint of the unknown creates an attraction that others can't resist. So, rather than focusing on being impressive, focus on being genuinely yourself while leaving just enough intrigue for people to keep discovering. Imagine how powerful it would be to integrate just a few of these principles into your daily life. The ideas in The Art of Seduction aren't about trickery, they're about understanding people and building connections in ways that are meaningful and lasting. If you found this video valuable, hit subscribe for more on building confidence, mastering social influence, and exploring self-mastery. To build on the insights from The Art of Seduction, we recommend The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. This book unpacks the psychology of influence and offers timeless strategies for navigating power dynamics in both personal and professional settings. It's a must-read if you're serious about mastering influence on a deeper level. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Let us know which seduction archetype you relate to most. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.